Joseph and his coat of many colors. A long time ago, there lived a man named Jacob. Jacob had many sons. Of all his sons, Jacob loved his son Joseph the best. To show his love, he gave Joseph a beautiful coat of many colors. When his brothers saw the coat, they became very angry and left. Jacob followed quickly behind them. One night, as Joseph slept, he had a dream. In his dream, he and his brothers were bundling up stalks of grain into sheaves, and his brothers' sheaves all bowed down to his sheaf. Another time, Joseph had another dream. He dreamed he saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars, and they all bowed down to him. Joseph woke up and immediately ran to tell his brothers about the dreams. This just made the brothers even madder at Joseph. And again, they left. He also told the dreams to his father, Jacob.
What did they do?
Jacob scolded him for telling such a thing, but he kept thinking about what Joseph had said. One day, Jacob sent Joseph out to see his brothers, who were caring for the sheep far away. Joseph found his brothers, but when they saw him, they were still so angry that they threw him into a pit. They took his coat and they sold Joseph to some passing traders on their way to Egypt. There's the coat. There's the coat right here. The brothers showed their father Joseph's coat and told him that Joseph had been killed by a wild animal. Jacob was very upset and cried for a long, long time. He could not stop thinking about his son Joseph. In Egypt, Joseph was a slave, but he was tricked and thrown into prison. In prison, he met the Pharaoh's cupbearer, who was also a prisoner. The cupbearer was freed, however, and went back to serving Pharaoh his drink. Pharaoh was the most powerful man in all of Egypt. Whatever he said was law. But today he was very troubled. He had been having strange dreams that he could not understand. When the cupbearer heard this, he told the Pharaoh a story. Ready with the story?
Mm-hmm.
When he was in prison, he had a strange dream. He dreamed he saw a grapevine with 3 branches. When the grapes were ripe, he squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup and gave it to him. Another prisoner named Joseph explained that the dream meant that in 3 days he would be freed. Another prisoner, Pharaoh's baker, also had a dream. He dreamed he was walking with 3 baskets of bread on his head, and birds flew down and ate the bread. Joseph the prisoner explained that the dream meant that in 3 days the baker would die. In 3 days it all happened as Joseph said it would. Pharaoh sent for Joseph to interpret his dreams. Joseph explained that he could not interpret dreams, but that God would give him the answer. Pharaoh told Joseph his dreams. In the first dream, he saw 7 fat cows come out of the Nile River. They were followed by 7 skinny cows that ate the fat cows. But they were still as skinny as before. In the second dream, there was a stalk with 7 full ripe ears of grain. Out of the stalk grew 7 other ears, thin and dry. The thin, dry ears swallowed up the full, ripe ears. Both dreams meant the same thing, explained Joseph. God is telling you what will happen. There will be 7 years of record harvest. And followed by 7 years of famine. You must store grain from the first 7 years to feed your people during the years of famine. By Joseph. Pharaoh was so grateful to Joseph that he made him governor of all Egypt. When the famine hit the land, by Pharaoh. When the famine hit the land, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt looking for food. The brothers did not recognize Joseph, and Joseph questioned them to see if his father was still alive, and to see if the brothers felt badly for what they had done. When Joseph told them who he was, they all hugged and cheered. Joseph forgave them. Joseph told the brothers to go back home and get their father Jacob and the rest of the family to come to Egypt to live. Jacob was overjoyed to learn that his son Joseph was still alive. Joseph now understood that God had sent him to Egypt to save many people's lives, including his own family. The end. If our puppeteers could stand up, please. And if you could please recite the verse for this month. Ready?
Intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done in saving of many lives. Genesis 50:20.
All right, now take a bow.
Yeah.
Woohoo!